Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. I bet you are actually. Take a look at this here. Solana on a tear. Congrats again to our community members for some amazing profit. 61% on a 5x leverage trade. ADA, Bitcoin, ARB, Solana, Chainlink, the list goes on. This doesn't even include our Premium Plus group where we take a nice 44% scalp from that, as well as Avalanche and BNB, Solana. Yes, we took a small Solana loss, but look at all these other percentages that work it out, right? So again, it all averages out in the end to a much, very, very green scenario. So again, congrats to our community members. You're very welcome, by the way. I got tons and tons of wonderful feedback today. Thank you so much for that. And obviously, you're welcome. You can thank me by liking the video and commenting below, and feel free to jump on over to our Twitter, Telegram, or Discord if you want to engage with the community. So let's talk about the back end stuff here and just kind of see where the liquidation levels are landing, because it's probably pretty interesting, is my guess. Yep, that's we talked about this earlier today to avoid that shorting that $63 range. And what do you know? Shorts got wrecked. Keep in mind, a lot of this has to do with Bitcoin peaking up, almost hitting 40,000. Okay. That said, Solana now is taking off on its own accord when Bitcoin's kind of going sideways. Okay. So again, really awesome stuff here. Tremendous potential. Congrats to those people who got in with those lower $58, $59 ranges. Most of our community members got in between 59 and 60 to 61. So I hope you guys are holding on to your britches. We're going to see if this is going to be able to continue or maintain. Let's just go ahead and quickly double check the daily. There is a fair value gap, of course, from yesterday's close between 62 and 63.5. Okay, it's common for that to get filled, but not necessarily right away. We do have this upper liquidity level that needs to be swept first. There's a stronger likelihood the price continues up to 68 than there is the price pulling back. Just based on the magnitude and the momentum we have right now, we're up over the 20-day SMA. Things are looking fantastic. We are soon to converge on the MACD here as well. Try not to misinterpret this, though. Just because it converges doesn't mean you just go hard. It does imply, though, that the momentum has shifted from bearish to bullish, and we kind of adjust our mindset to understand the big picture is moving up. Okay, so that kind of ties into the 4-hour time frame in a few different ways. So let's first of all look at the RSI and money flow index, both extremely high, up over 70. This is a sweet spot here. Honestly, if we can stay above 70 for a little while, we'll be in good shape to see the price continue higher, and sometimes you'll even see the price come back down to bounce off that level. Okay, so again, 70 becomes a support level once you break through it. Now keep in mind, 4-hour time frames, it doesn't stay above that level for more than 12 to 16 hours in most cases. When we look at this 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, that was a pretty significant increase. And this, in this instance here, just as an example, when the price was above 70 on the RSI, it maintained that for roughly, what was that? That'd be, it's basically about 2-day span. Okay, so about 48 hours is kind of the high average side. Okay, so again, with us being up over that right now, we could expect this to continue for another day or two. Okay, as a rough estimate. We are at a 6 on TD sequential, implying that we have another 12 to 16 hours of continuation, possibly 24. My speculation is this time tomorrow, we should be able to see the price action hitting its fullest point. Okay, and that could very well be that retest of 68.20 to sweep that upper liquidity level and to effectively clear that gap there and potentially pull back after that. So again, it's very common for liquidity levels to be swept, and one of two things happen. You either see a cup and handle pattern form after, or you see the price action come up, break through, and then retest that as a support and continue higher. Okay, so 68 could be the new support once we break through that. Okay. Everything else looks pretty nice. MACD's converging. There's really nothing here on the 4-hour time frame that's disadvantageous. We've got a nice ascending trend. We can kind of draw a trend line out here and pay close attention to that and just kind of see roughly where we're at, because again, trend lines run concurrent with moving averages. 20-day SMA is the very first one you want to look at. It happens on both the 4-hour and the daily too, by the way. Okay, so again, the daily time frame, 20-day SMA, works very well. So does this on the 4-hour. Take a look at the 1-hour. Last thing we want to kind of summarize here with is TD sequential and kind of see where we're at with overextension. We hit a 9 previously. That's when I covered it this morning, mentioning we were using 61.70 as a base. Okay, once again, mainly because we saw the previous resistance level constantly tested. Okay, we came back down. 4 hours later, price takes off. Again, Bitcoin took off as well, so you can't just say that it just monstrously took off on its own accord, but it was a good fundamental catalyst, or I guess more so a technical catalyst, right? Where the price action continued higher because of the other, okay? But if you compare this with Bitcoin and you kind of look at the difference there, Bitcoin went straight up and now it's kind of going sideways and up, whereas Solana has effectively gone up, over, and it's performing a lot stronger than Bitcoin if you come with a side-by-side comparison, right? Last thing we want to look at here, of course, is just going to be all green lights. This basically tells us do not short into this coin. Conversion lines above the baseline, lagging spans free and clear. There's no reason to short this coin. There has been no reason to short this coin ever since we've been above the cloud. Honestly, in the first place, I've been talking about this for about 5 or 6 days now. Okay, so again, I hope those who listened, and again, those who did obviously commented below and let me know. I thank you so much for the wonderful feedback. Again, I'm sorry I couldn't do much in the ways of analysis for my other coins, of course, because my weekends are really slammed for the next 3 weeks. So just keep in mind I'm focusing on the right, the important stuff where I get the most requests, and I can't leave my Solana guys hanging. So thank you again. All right, so long story short here, do not short, even though this seems pretty juicy and very well could pull back. There's a lot of reasons why it shouldn't and won't. But again, we are hitting an overextended state, so just be mindful of this. Me personally, I would have taken profit. There's a reason why we did take profit here. On our premium group, our second profit target is 61%. If we didn't set those targets, you don't go into trade with a game plan. You're just going to be free willy, and you're going to leave a lot of money on the table. Okay, so please, if you are in a profitable position, consider taking some profit. Try not to be a super holder, because again, the market always wins, right? Just like gambling, it's the same thing. And again, I don't want to compare this to gambling, because if you do it right, it's not. But it's the same concept. The house always wins, or in this case, the market always wins. People give money back to the market all the time because of greed. Okay, so just some friendly advice. Take some profits if you can. Even though the price shouldn't pull back, it very well could, because we are at an 8 on TD sequential. Again, we're hitting 2 overextended states. The more times you do that, the more likely it is to pull back. Just once more, we do have this $64 range. Oh, also too, on the 4 hour, forgot to mention this, with Elliott Wave, there is a potential pullback if there is one. Just keep this in mind. Right here at this fib level here at about 0.382. So $61 would be a bouncing point. Coincidentally, that's the most recent high here where the price action had difficulty crossing. Okay, again, I could have told you that without the Elliott Wave, because it's really simple. We kept continuing to retest this level. Now that we've broken through it, it will be the new support if the price pulls back. Okay, just keep that in mind. That's kind of roughly where we're at here. Looking really good though. Okay. All right, thanks again for watching. One last thing, if you are new to the channel, obviously make sure you take advantage of our Bitunix exchange affiliation. Use my link to register, referral code CryptoCash. Effectively gives you the option to be able to use some significant benefit rewards. We mainly use them because no VPN, no KYC. I'm hearing from a lot of community members too that BingX is starting to restrict their countries. So jump on over here, use the link to benefit, and we're going to have some trading competitions. Once we get enough volume, it's going to be a really sweet situation. So thanks again, Bitunix, for a phenomenal option for my community members. Greatly appreciate you. All right, folks, have a good rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.